In terms of the images that are here in the room, one of the questions I had was how to do a drawing for the newspaper, something that was going to end up that size. To do a charcoal drawing that size is very kind of crude, and because the reproduction in newspaper is not, you know it's never going to be a great quality reproduction, doing a drawing actual size didn't really work. So one of the ways, the way I work, not one of the ways I worked, was to think in a different way, to think much more schematically. So the newspaper drawing started as these set of sugar lifts, which are etching techniques done drawing with a mixture of condensed milk and Indian ink straight onto an etching plate, and then covering it with the ground and putting it in hot water so the sugar lifts, and in the gaps where the sugar is you put an aquatant and etch that, so you can do a kind of, well, you have a particular, it has a particular kind of line and mark, which is both quite fat and dark, but also much more easy to control than a traditional aquatant. So the start of the drawings was in the series of sugar lift etchings, and from these etchings I then made large-scale drawings, and one of the drawings, the drawing of the world on its hind legs, is the one on the top of the stairs. And that was done it's not an exact copy of the sugar lift, but it tries to keep the crudeness, the same roughness of the etching, but on a much larger scale. And then from that much larger drawing, a reduction was made to make it the scale of the newspaper. If you simply enlarged the etching, my feeling was that a lot of the fine lines would then become, of necessity, very crude, whereas if one worked with a really large drawing and made it smaller, things that were relatively crude in the large drawing could become extremely fine when they were reduced to the scale of the newspaper page.